the I belongs to moon. And the moon belongs, in a way, you can be attributed to Cancer. And in the body, the sun, which can be attributed to Leo, which we had last week, in a way is our spine and the ribs which expand like this. They radiate and they build a cave in which the soul really can live and express itself. And the moon is attributed to Cancer, which is also connected to the rib case. And then you look at the skeleton, then you can see that you have the spine behind and the ribs which go out, but you have the collarbone in front. And it's not just a bone, and especially if you look at animals, you see that this bone in front also has spines, which are ribs which go out. And in a way, the rib case is built from behind and in front like this. Just the difference is only that the energy from behind is the expanding energy, and the energy from in front is more like the lid on a pot. And the ribs, it's so amazing if you just look at it, they meet like this. And so moon and sun both live here. Sun expanding quality and the moon protecting quality, calming quality, bringing in quality. And to this Cancer, Steiner brings the sounds of F and V. And they sound very similar. Sometimes you don't even know in the German language when do I use which sound, because you nearly speak them similarly. But when you feel into the context where they are used, you notice a huge difference. And then you can say the F is just bringing something. Yeah? And the V is also bringing something, but very, very tender and carefully. And this we will not practice, but touch a little bit, because we do not have to learn these things. We discover a few aspects and then we have enough to be able to experiment. And what I say now you find written on the replay page in our course. And Steiner, when he described the F and the V in the very beginning of eurythmy, he said that the F is a quality where before everything with the D, he described how nature was so peaceful and the leaves from last week just sank down and lie now on the earth. And then comes the F and yeah, brings everything into disorder. Yeah, the leaves just fly horizontally, the trees are becoming bent like this, the apples fall from the trees, people run to hide in houses from the dark, hiding from the dark clouds, bringing the rain which the F brings along. So in a way, a little bit contrary to what I told you about the Cancer quality, the F in a way is the energy which brings exactly out of this calmness the storm. Because in everything you have the opposite in it, and that's the F. And the V he describes in context with the B. And if you look into the Hebrew alphabet, then you have the Beit, the Aleph, Beit, Dalet, that's the letters of the alphabet. And they all have a meaning, and the Beit, the B, you only speak as B in the beginning of a word, but if it's in the middle of a word, the same letter becomes a V. Yeah? So it starts becoming a moving quality, soft. And so he gives the picture of two warriors. He had a book when he taught this to Laurie Meyer-Smiths, and he showed you, look, here you see dancing warriors with their shields here in Greek times, and they really show off with their shields. That's B, power. And if you want to express a V, he said, they could just let the shields go. That's V. But that does not mean that you just let your shields hang, because this you do not do. You do not hold your shields like this, but you let them go, and then they tenderly lie against your body. You feel they are there, and you feel what they mean to you. And the body, and this also supports that it's not so heavy. Yeah? And that's the V. You feel touched by what's protecting you. And now I would like to invite you that we experiment a little bit with these two qualities in our body, because what I believe is, when we have discovered it in our bodies as energy systems, this helps us to discover it out there also, and then not just to discover it as a movement which is similar, but to feel these. It's an energy system which goes into action and then shows this effect. And then we come into contact that these energy systems are living beings which are at work everywhere. It can then tell us something. Great. May I invite you to join again. And maybe we go directly into the F, but as always, especially with the F, it's pretty good to arrive at yourself first. Because you know it's just a storm blowing things away. In the beginning, but in the end you will see that it brings us back again. But just so feel connected with yourself. And then use your hands to feel into the space above, but not so much above, but behind you. And have the feeling there lives what lives in me. That's on a way my spirit content. If you reach further up, it's more I reach towards the spirit. It's what I carry in my higher being, perhaps. But if you feel a little bit more behind, it's closer to your soul. It's in a way, yes, that's something of myself. And then turn your hands a little bit like big shoulder blades behind and try to bring the spirit forward. And the idea would be you want to bring it into the world. And then it goes. If there would be clouds, you just blow them away. Yeah? We don't need dark, dangerous clouds. Yeah? At that moment we want to have it different. But then you will notice it's not that easy. Your body is a sort of resistance to what you want to bring. And then remember again that theme is speech, talk. We want to bring something, but we do not know how to say it. We don't dare to say it. We say it, but it comes out the other way around. Yeah? So the body, that we live in a body, prevents us in a way from really can bring it the way it lives in us. And this, the F, really takes serious now. It's the overcoming of our own resistance. So you feel into the space behind. From there you approach your body, and then you feel the whole rib cage, like the shoulder blades, lie on your rib cage, and you say, oh no, I can't get through. It's too... You feel it in your hands. And then you let go, take a little bit of distance, and then you see, oh, it's a rib case. There's space between the ribs, and you really take close to it, and now you manage to go through. And to bring it. Yeah? So it needs a little bit of effort. And that's why this has such a lot of energy, because you squeeze yourself through yourself. And that's why, if you know a little bit about eurythmy, you see often that the F is done with two impulses. Yeah? And that's the picture of what I've just told you. Just try it, and then, yeah? Always you have this two-sidedness. And that's because the F is a birth through into existence. So let's try it again. But now remember, we are still lost, and eurythmy always brings you back to yourself. Always. Yeah? So how do we do it here? So we are here. We come along, we feel the resistance of the body, we take a little bit of distance again, and then we do a second try. Please let me go, yes. And then the arms the current flows and brings the arms along. But then you notice, because you bring something so honestly with your whole existence, so your eye is in it, the counter current just streams towards you. And all you have to do is you bring it with verve, and then you start to listen to the counter current, and this counter current brings the arms again closer to you. And the counter current really reaches your heart, and the arms follow it like ears, what you hear here. And in Steiner, you can look at the eurythmic figure, which is also on this replay page. Then you see that the F is not drawn like out here, but the arms are very close. And it's not the energy which brings the F, because then it would be much more pushy, a pushy gesture in the arms, but it's really this. It's a bringing in gesture. You really can see that that's the essence of the F. I bring something in order to arrive at myself. Because I feel the need, I want to arrive at myself, but the only way of arriving is myself by going into the world. Okay, we try it one more time, and Steiner even practices with his pupils by that they put a hand on a book, yeah, that they really arrived somewhere when they came back. Okay, last time. And now the F unfolds. Yeah. That means, but I do not withdraw it. The countercurrent only comes in because I have arrived there. I am out there, but this brings me here. Yeah? And then I can let go, and I'm completely centered, despite of having gone out. Yeah? And then you can blow. Yeah? And if you look into nature, and when the wind pushes the clouds, yeah, in a storm over a hill, over an edge of a house, maybe even, then you must have in mind that the wind not just does go over it, but it always stays with what is pushing, yeah? I mean, maybe parts of the wind go on, but the pushing itself always stays. It does not lose itself, yeah? And so, therefore, we also do not lose ourselves when we do the F, because nature is also not losing itself when doing the F. It's always playing with what it's doing. Okay, the V. The F is I bring a spiritual content through myself the best way I can do it. It's hard work. The V is tenderness. It's like playing badminton with a friend, and you try to make as many back and forth as possible. Maybe we want to reach 100. So you really try to bring it to the other one the way it can take it. So we again go into our backpack, our spiritual backpack. Wow, that is wow. But then we do not bring it through our body, but you really preserve it as pure as possible. Bring it in a way over us. We care for it and we carry it to the person we want it to arrive and put it on its shoulders. And then when I deliver it there, I stay in contact. I really touch it because I'm the bond. And the way how I touch it makes it possible that what is here can be nourishment to the other one. Yeah? I do not take a parcel and bring it there, but I am the v. Let's try it maybe 2 times, that we are in our backpack. We deliver it, but we are it, and we care for it. In eurythmic therapy, when you want to work with an organ, then it's again also the v, how the organism itself always does v with its organs to keep them, to bring them, to keep them alive, to build them, to make them become what they are. The v is one of the most essential sounds in our organism. And now I do not have to withdraw, bring my hands back, because I am there and this being there brings me here. I am here and there at the same time, because I did it so slowly that this countercurrent really, or this connection, happens. In a realm out of space and time. Just relax and breathe. And sit down and enjoy the resonance. And when the D was a sort of meeting, and the one brings something to the other, that the ground, carries the tires which are on them, and really, what is the will? How would you perceive this somewhere? And are there other ways of F you can detect? And can you detect them also while you are practicing? And can you find a connection from there to the moon gesture and to the many variations of I? And can you remember a few of the different ways of practicing the theme of this week as addressed by Rudolf Steiner in different layers?